Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Chelsea and here we talk about all things spooky, creepy, and that go bump in the night. I am working on the intro, so you're gonna hear like a million different intros, but I'm trying to find something fun and cute and whatever. Kind of really just shows what my channel's about, which is all things spooky, creepy, and that go bump in the night, right? Okay, also my candle back here is like raging and I don't know why. I don't know what the problem is. He's safe, he's fine. It just stopped. What the hell? Dude, today, okay, we're rewinding. That was the sound of rewind. This video is about, look, it's done again. This video is my 31 days of Halloween movie countdown, and I want to give you my movies I love to watch for every day of October, all of my creepy, spooky, Halloween fun movies. I realize that this is a week after October started. You know what, better late than never. And just real quick, this should be its own video, but you know how I am, I'm just kind of everywhere. This morning, I should have made a TikTok about it, like when it happened. I swear, I came in the room, in my living room when I got up. I turned my TV on, and I didn't even turn it on. I just turned it on, put the remote back in the console place, and then I went in the kitchen and got a couple things for like breakfast or whatever. I made like a burrito and I got some coffee. And so I did that, and I literally took Advil because I had a headache this morning. So I had an Advil here, I had my coffee, I just had my coffee, my creamer, I had all this stuff on the counter. I was just at this counter. And so I put all this stuff away, I was done, I went to go sit down, I grabbed my burrito, grabbed my coffee, I go to sit down, and I go to grab the remote to turn on some YouTube or a movie or something, and the remote's not there. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's on the couch, so I'm kind of looking around, and so I turn the light, because my lights are always off, whatever, and the TV's on. And so I turn the light on, and I'm like looking, and my remote is on the counter. And I'm like, okay, I literally was just at the counter, and the only thing that was there, and my house is like very clean, and I'm a little OCD, so like I just know where everything in my house is all the time. Like I just do, it's just one of the things I know. And so I'm like, I literally was just at this counter, and all that was there was my Advil that I had, that I just put away, and my coffee. And I had the lights on before I sat down. And if the remote was there, I would have grabbed it. Like I was so sure, and I like didn't even think that it would be on the counter. I just turned the light on so I could like see better, to like see where it is. And it was just sitting on the counter, and I'm like, I was just at that counter. And it's like a small counter too, like it's a little like island kind of counter, like it's like half an island, like my kitchen's small. So like even with my coffee, pills, my iced coffee that I like poured in there, and my creamer, like there wouldn't even been enough room for this remote to be there. Anyway, so either I'm going crazy or my house is like, I don't know, something's going on in my house again. Like I had some like paranormal stuff going on, and I haven't really talked about anything paranormal in a while. And last night I was watching some like paranormal stuff, whatever, and then every time I do that, like things start happening. I don't know, and I heard my doors like try to open, but that, I mean, I don't think that was anyone outside. My doors are always locked, but it was kind of freaking me out. Anyway, that's not what this movie or this video is about, but I had to include it because it just happened, and it's just like, I don't know. I just wanted to include that. Anyway, moving on. So, my 31 days of Halloween. And so we're gonna start with, this is in no particular order. I didn't know how to order these. I was gonna order these from like the least Halloween-y to the most Halloween-y, or the ones that people don't talk about much, whatever. I didn't know how to like move them around. So I am just going to give them to you as they're on my list. And we're gonna go through and talk about them a little bit. I'm not gonna give anything away. I'm just going to give you the movie, a couple of reasons why I like it or why it's Halloween-y to me. And yeah, and also, do you like my makeup? I did this, I'm recording with my camera right now. I need to buy a second battery because the battery is not long enough for me to do a whole makeup look, because doing this makeup look and recording and talking to you guys usually takes me about an hour to 2 hours, and my battery life just cannot deal with that. So yes, okay, getting into this video. First on this list we have Halloween. Now this is Halloween, the original, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, even though I feel like it has more of a cult following now. I feel like it got a lot of hate in the beginning, but now like people really love it, and it's very Halloween vibes. Like it's all Halloween vibes, but I actually really like 3. I didn't like when I first saw it, as well, I feel like a lot of people, but like it grows on you. And so 4, 5, H2O, Resurrection, the new Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. Watch them all. Like, binge watch them in order. We love that. I love Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. I own them actually on DVD. They're back here somewhere. I love them. I love all the Halloween movies. It's the best. I was actually gonna say that for last, but I'm like, everyone knows it's on your list. Like, it's on everyone's list because it's classic. Maybe not all of them are on everyone's list, but all of them are on my list, okay? They're also fun, and they're also fun for different reasons. Like, I even love, like, Halloween H2O and Resurrection. Like, Resurrection's freaking hilarious and gives me Scream vibes, which it came out after Scream, I'm pretty sure, so, or right around the same time Scream was really big, so, like, it makes sense. But I love that. And speaking of, next we're gonna go into Scream. Now, Scream, I think it's just because I love Scream so much, and it's just such a, like, classic, like, slasher. I just love it. It's, like, one of my favorite things. Scream 2 is, like, my favorite. I love that they're in the movie theater and everyone's wearing all these Scream masks, and I love that. So, Scream, all of them, they're great. They kind of like poke fun at the horror genre while in slashers in general, and they talk about other horror movies, and it just gets you in the season. Like, it gets you in the mood. We stan. So next I'm going to go into All Hallows Eve. Now this one is, the other two, like Halloween and Scream, they are very much so popular, very popular. Whether you're a horror fan or just like a movie fan, like, you probably like those movies, have seen those movies. All Hallows Eve is kind of a cult classic. I don't even know if it's a classic. I feel like, I don't even know. It's just good. I think it was that director's like first film, I believe. And so it's kind of an anthology. Basically it's a woman who is babysitting a young child, and she might be a teenager, and she gets a VHS, and he gets a VHS, like trick-or-treating, I believe, and they put in the VHS, and the stuff that's on the VHS is like really crazy. And if anyone, which I'm gonna go into this next, if anyone has seen Terrifier, this is where Art the Clown comes from. He comes from All Hallows Eve, and then has his own spin-off because everyone loves killer clowns, everyone loves Art specifically, and so that came into Terrifier. So All Hallows Eve is literally on Halloween night, like, get this VHS, trick-or-treating, very Halloween-y. It can be a little hit or miss for people. It's definitely not like a top tier movie, but I really enjoy it. I love it, but I love killer clowns, so like, there's actually a lot of movies in here that have killer clowns because I just love them. And if you're wondering, I have a whole video of like my favorite killer clown movies. So if you want to go watch that, go check it out. So then we have Terrifier. Love that. That's also on Halloween night. Like, two girls, they're wearing costumes. They were just at a Halloween party, and he like hunts them, whatever. Very good. We love Terrifier. Love Art the Clown. He's really will become a classic, I feel like. I know they're coming out with a Terrifier 2. I'm very excited about that. Here's a new one. This one just came out this year. I rented this the other day for like $2 or $3 because it's also kind of a B-rated movie. It's called Bad Candy, and it's an anthology, and they all kind of connect. It gave me like Trick or Treat vibes, and I really liked it. It is, again, it's kind of like has All Hallows Eve vibes, where like it's not a top tier movie, but it's good. It's on Halloween night. Like, it just gives you all the Halloween vibes, and I think some of the stories are actually pretty cool, and I just really enjoy it. So if you haven't checked out Bad Candy yet, and you can, watch it, check it out. So we're gonna let that roll into Trick or Treat. I love Trick or Treat. I feel like it's one of those movies, like, if you have seen it, it's like one of your favorite movies, if not one of your favorite Halloween movies. And if you haven't seen or heard of Trick or Treat, then you need to go watch it, because it's one of the best horror Halloween anthologies ever. Like, for me, when I think of Halloween movies, like my top, like if I can only watch, you know, a few Halloween movies all throughout October, like, one is definitely Trick or Treat, definitely gonna watch Halloween, definitely gonna watch Terrifier. Like, those are like my go-tos, and they're very fun. I also would say Terrifier is like a very gory movie, just so you know. All Hallows Eve is kind of similar. Like, they're kind of dark, twisted movies. Bad Candy is less dark and twisted, still gory, but more of a fun Halloween movie. Trick or Treat is a very fun Halloween movie. I'm trying to think, it's not too gory, it's not too crazy, it just has like really good stories, a little bit of gore, good stories. What else do we have? Oh, I love this. Okay, so you would think I love all things spooky, I love looking spooky, I love being a spooky bitch, but I do not like haunted houses. I like real paranormal stuff. I like to go to real places where people have been murdered and killed and whatever else and have all these ghost stories. But I don't like haunted attractions. So I love haunted attraction movies because I can't physically be in that area because like PTSD, like I can't deal with that physically, mentally, whatever. But I love the movies. So I watch a lot of those kind of movies and I have a handful of them on here. One being The House October Built. It is a found footage movie and I put 1 and 2 on here. There's only 2 of them. And these kids, they're adults, so like 20 something I think, but it's a group of friends and they go around, they're traveling in an RV to these different haunted houses. They're trying to find the most spooky haunt, the most scary haunt, the most haunted place. You get the gist. And number 2 is a follow-up to 1 and it's very similar. 1 is better, but like, I don't know, I'm a person who loves to binge things. I love to binge watch everything. I love series. I love long series. So even if a second movie isn't as good as the first, which just depends, I still like to watch it because I like to continue seeing the story unravel and where the people go and everything. So a lot of these, even if the second, third, whatever is not as good, I still add it because I don't know, other people out there have to be like me, I'm sure, where even if it's not that great, you still want to watch it. Like I just get kind of a connection with like characters and the storylines and stuff, and I need to see what happens to you. I need to see where this goes. So there's 1 and there's 2 and they connect. They have a lot of the same characters, if not all the same characters, and they're worth a watch. It is found footage, which I feel like a lot of people write off. I used to write it off. Could not stand found footage movies. And then I don't know what it was that I watched. Actually I do know what I watched and it's going to be on this list, so I'll tell you in a moment. But I watched this found footage movie like a year or 2 ago now, and since I watched that I like went through a whole rabbit hole, whatever, where all I watched was found footage movies. And yes, some are a little hit or miss, but a lot of them are really good and underrated just for the mere fact that they're found footage. Like there are so many movies that people won't even try. I used to be this person because it's found footage, but then it's actually a really good movie and all these people are missing out. And I feel sorry for you. Give found footage a chance and try this movie. So that's The House October Built, which I also kind of love the name because it's literally The House October Built. It's literally a haunted house. Like, I love that. Anyway, so the next one we are going to talk about is Hell House LLC. I love this movie so much. There's 1, a 2, and a 3. I just said that like the lollipop owl. A 1, a 2, a 3. Anyway. But I freaking love this movie. It's so good. It's one of the movies that I watched most recently, like in the last year or 2, that actually gave me a nightmare. I mean, not like I was so scared, but I literally had a nightmare. Like I literally woke up and saw one of the like characters or whatever in my room, and obviously I was dreaming and it freaked me out. So there are 1, 2, and 3. They kind of, I think they all follow the same people or the similar situations. Like there's a lot of the same characters throughout all 3 movies, so it's good. It's all about, each one of them are about the same hotel, and you just gotta watch it. It's so good. I think they're all on Shudder right now. I freaking love Shudder. I wish one day they would sponsor my videos. That'd be amazing. Oh, this is a good movie. Sorry, I'm gonna say that a lot because I made this list and I like all these movies and I also have like the worst memory, so like I forget what I even put on here because I've been cultivating it for a minute. And so I'm like, oh, I love this movie. Like I love all these movies. So I have Haunt, which again is in the same situation. It's a haunted house, but this one is a group of friends and they want to go and be scared. It's Halloween night, or it's close to Halloween night. And so they find this like random haunted house. It's out in the middle of kind of nowhere, and of course they have like I think they have like no cell reception. It's a very classic horror movie. And as they're going through this haunted house, things are not as they seem, and that's all I will say. And this movie has a lot of good reviews from a lot of people. People really intend to like this movie, and if you haven't seen it yet, I am jealous of you because you get to watch it for the first time. It's good, lots of jump scares. I love those. I mean, I love all kinds of like scares. Like I love like the eerie and the dark, but during October, like I love good jump scares. I don't know, it's like that sudden rush of wait, what's the word? Adrenaline. That's what it was. I don't know what kind of letter I was trying to put in the front of adrenaline, but it wasn't A, and it was not coming to my brain at all. Like it was in there, but I did not know how to say it. Very annoying. Anyway, so moving on. Definitely go check that out. Very good. Also, I think it's on Shudder. I rewatched this just the other day. So good. Oh, okay, so obviously when I was making this list, I was really in a headspace, like back to back to back, and these are not all like this, I promise, but another one is Hell Fest. All of these have a lot of hell in them, lots of hells and haunts and spooks and gags. So Hell Fest it's not a haunted house, but it's like a haunted carnival, like a spooky carnival. It's October. You want to have a spooktacular time. Another group of friends. We just love, you know, the young 20-somethings. We just love to see them be killed, I guess. Like that's just like pretty much every horror movie. But they're just so young and naive, and nothing can kill me, nothing can hurt me. So they're the easiest targets. Sorry about it, kids. You gotta be more aware of your surroundings. So it's a group of friends. They want to go have a, you know, a spooktacular night, and they're like, let's go to this like haunted carnival. I don't know if that's what it's called in the movie, whatever, but it's like a spooky carnival, very fun. Everyone's like dressed up in their like little outfits or whatever. And while they're there is a guy who is kind of hunting them a little bit, and it gets kind of creepy. So definitely go check that out. That's all I'm going to say about it. Definitely gives you very October vibes, haunted house vibes. Very fun. The next thing I'm going to talk about is The Conjuring. I love The Conjuring, especially the first one. It's literally a haunted house, and not as what we were talking about like attractions, but an actual haunted house where a family moves in and they need help from the Warrens, I believe. They're like demonologists, and they can come in, help clear out, you know, the ghosties. Please do not message me. I'm doing a video. So yeah, if you haven't seen The Conjuring, I'm sure a lot of people have. It's a big franchise, like Scream, Halloween, whatever, but more like modern, I guess. More recent, that's probably the right word, more recent. And they actually just had The Conjuring 3 come out. So they have 1, 2, and 3. Again, I would recommend all of them because I love following the Warrens. So like real life Warrens, not great people, but like the Conjuring Warrens in this movie, I love them. They're so cute. They're such a cute couple. All 3 of the movies, honestly, like get me lots of good atmosphere, lots of good jump scares, good stories. Highly recommend. I think they're still all on HBO Max, I do believe. Definitely go check those out if you haven't watched them, and definitely check out the 3rd one if you haven't watched it. It's very fun. Those ones are more calm. I mean, they're still like jumpy, like especially the first one. The first one always gets me, but they're not like gory, bloody. They're more of like spooky, scary, haunted place. Yeah. Sorry that I haven't been breaking down every single movie. I just kind of like, as I'm thinking about it, most of these are a lot of just like jump scares, like fun little October. I'm trying to let you know if they're like gory, because I personally love gory movies, but I know some people don't, and I do want to let you know. But also, before you watch these, maybe just look up like what it's rated and why it's rated that, just so you are comfortable with it, because stuff that I'm comfortable with is not always stuff that you're comfortable with, and vice versa, and I completely get that. So let's move on to Body Bags. I just watched this the other day. And maybe the like actual, so it's an anthology, and maybe like the actual like anthology stories aren't like the most Halloween-y, but the anthology is being told by this man in a morgue, and it's really cool. Like I really enjoyed this, and I will definitely be watching this October. So our next movie is Amusement. This movie is one of my favorite movies. It's an anthology. Very good anthology, and it honestly, I can't even, it's been a while since I watched it, which I was going to go through and like rewatch a lot of these movies before I put them on this list, but I'm like, that's a lot of work, and I want to get this up like this week. Like I cannot. So I can't remember like the time it's in, but I do feel like it's around fall time. Like I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong though. But the anthologies themselves are good. They kind of intertwine a little bit, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. It's from like early 2000s, which are like my favorite movies, because that's just, I grew up watching those kind of movies and those movies. And basically this, I don't want to give anything away. I'm not gonna give anything away. You just gotta watch it. It's an anthology. They all kind of intertwine a little bit. There's one part that I absolutely love, and if you want the spoiler, go watch my my clown movie video. There's like my favorite clown videos or clown movies in a video, and I give the spoiler there. I think I even show the clip maybe, so do that. But watch Amusement. It's very good. It's surprising. You'll enjoy it. It is bloody, it is gory. There are parts that are bloody and gory, but check it out. Oh, the next one. Okay, the next one, I told you I'm gonna do this with every single movie. The next one is The Strangers 1 and 2. 2 gets lots of hate. 1 is adored and loved by everybody. The Strangers 1 is basically, there's a couple, they're at home, a woman knocks on their door, and from there, the night just gets crazy, it gets scary. And The Strangers is such a good movie. It's so freaking creepy, and especially with the jump scares, like especially if you're at your house, alone especially, but if you're at your house, I definitely lock the doors, because like it'll make you like kind of be like, oh my god, are my doors and windows locked? And so yes, it is like a home invasion type thing, and you're gonna want your doors locked, windows locked, you're gonna want all the lights out, you're gonna want a comfy blanket that you might be able to hide under. That's my favorite thing, which usually, I mean, I just watch the shit, but it's just, I don't know, you love a cozy blanket. Like that's the best thing about October, is a nice cozy blanket, a nice drink, maybe some wine, whatever, and you watch scary movies. It's the best. So Strangers 1, that's what that is. Strangers 2, it like takes 1 and steps it up a notch with like the not the graphics, but like, I don't know, toward the end, there's one scene in particular that's badass. That's all I want to say. It's badass, but a lot of people don't like it because it's not like 1, but it's like, you want something different though. Like 1, if you want 1, rewatch 1. 2 is something different, still good, still creepy, still crazy. I like both of them. I recommend both of them. Go watch them. Where are they at right now? I think Netflix US, not 100% sure, but pretty sure they're both on Netflix US right now. Ooh, the next one is Ginger Snaps. I love Ginger Snaps. I love her. I love her sister. I freaking love the beginning of that movie. I'm not going to give anything away, but they are just like, I just love them so much. They're just like the epitome of like depressed teenagers, and I just love that freaking movie. Definitely go watch it. It's like a werewolf flick. Very good. It kind of gives me the Craft vibes. Like, I don't know, it seems like the same era, they're different movies, but I don't know. If you also like feel that you're like, yeah, I kind of get like what you're saying, it's just like, maybe just like the female empowerment of it, maybe like Jennifer's Body too, very like female empowerment, like I will step on you, like I will freaking eat you, like we love that. And the other 2 weren't on my list, but if you want to go watch Jennifer's Body and The Craft, both would be good right now too. They're just like good female empowerment movies. We love them. This is one people do not talk about enough, is Night of the Demons. This is a great Halloween movie. It's on Halloween night, pretty sure. It's a group of kids, and I think this movie's from the 80s, I believe. It's a group of kids. They want to have like a Halloween party type thing, get together, and they have it at a cemetery, of course, as you would. And it is so good. It takes really kind of a crazy turn throughout of it. It has really cool practical effects in it, and it's just such a fun, like from start to finish, I just enjoy it. Like it's just such a fun movie. It's just so good. Definitely go watch it. Gotta go check it out. This, I have one here, The Blair Witch Project, which is probably like the one found footage film that almost everyone has seen, heard about. Everyone knows about The Blair Witch Project. This movie is definitely like fall vibes. I'm pretty sure it is fall when they go out in the woods. Not gonna give anything away if you haven't seen it. Most people have. If you haven't, go check it out. If you have seen it, just have a rewatch. But this movie definitely gives me fall vibes. It makes me feel so like uneasy. And I watched this for the first time when I was like a kid, and it scared the ever living shit out of me because I watched it at my uncle's house and he lived out in the middle of nowhere. And I had people that were watching it with me, but of course, you know, your cousins, siblings are always like, yeah, I want to watch a scary movie. Well, they always fall asleep. But like, I have to finish a movie. Like, not saying I never have, but like, I hate leaving a movie in the middle of it or whatever. And I was terrified, but I had to finish it. I don't know how old I was. I was like a young ass kid. It scared the crap out of me, but love the movie. Great movie. Very fall vibes. I feel like I want to watch that tonight now. I might be doing that. Ooh, this one I kind of debated putting on here. I really love this movie. I don't know why I debated it. Just because it doesn't, I don't know. Donnie Darko. Great movie. Love this movie. It is literally centered around and on Halloween. But like, I felt like maybe it'll give you guys Halloween vibes. Definitely go watch it, check it out. But this one I kind of went back and forth on. But I left it on here because, I don't know. Literally, this is where it belongs. And I love the movie, but it's just like, it's never something I usually would think about. It's just I was making this and I was like, oh yeah. I don't know. I know I put it on the list and I'm literally like, oh, it doesn't even give me fall vibes. But it might give you fall vibes. It's literally in the fall. It literally is on Halloween. It's such a good movie. I don't know. Okay, this one is controversial. I already know it, but it is what it is. I just made a video about this the other day. But Fear Street 1 through 3. I personally love Fear Street. I thought it was a great series on Netflix, a great trilogy, movie, whatever. And it gives me Halloween vibes. It's more like, the actual setting is more like in the summer, but I just love like the costumes and the killers and the different eras. Like, it's just like, it's like every like slasher type movie you love rolled into like one big giant story. And I don't know, I really like it. Like, it's something that I might end up rewatching this month because it gives me Halloween vibes. Like, it gives me slasher vibes. That's what that gives me. So I guess that's why I put it on here, because I feel that way. Donnie Darko is literally the pinnacle of like like Halloween and fall, and if for some reason it doesn't give me those vibes, but I put it on here anyway because this list is not only for me but for you guys. So our next thing, I just rewatched this last night. Anything for Jackson. Anything for Jackson. If you have not seen this movie yet, stop what you're doing and turn it on. It's on Shudder right now. I don't know if it's anywhere else. Shudder US. I don't know if there's like, I don't know enough about this thing apparently, but it's really good. It's such a good freaking movie. I love it. And I would say I kind of debated this one too because there's like snow on the ground when this is like during the movie, but it still is so creepy, and there are parts of it that give me like Halloween vibes, and I just freaking love this movie. It's so creepy. I will watch this every October because it just gives me those creepy, chilling vibes that I'm looking for. So if you haven't seen it, you need to go watch it. If you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about because it's a perfect movie. It's amazing. Like, I love it. I want to do a whole movie breakdown on Anything for Jackson because I just love talking about it. So that might be coming someday, maybe. We'll see. Next is House of 1,000 Corpses. I love Rob Zombie. Love Rob Zombie movies. And House of 1,000 Corpses is gory, it's over the top, it's ridiculous, it's everything we love about horror movies, or at least I love about horror movies, and has some of the best characters in it. It's such a good Halloween movie. Like, it has the spooky house, it has the killers, it has serial killers, it has a group of kids that go missing. It has all the things you want, and then more, and then things you didn't really want or didn't know you wanted, and it has all of that. And I love it so much. So it had to be on here, of course. And then following that up with more Rob Zombie is 31. If you haven't seen 31, give it a try. This movie is so fun. It's very much like Killer Clown vibes. This also made it on my Killer Clown movies that I love. It's bloody, it's gory, it's over the top, it's freaking Rob Zombie. All of his movies are like that for the most part, which is why I love them so much. And this one gives me like Halloween vibes, horror vibes, or whatever, because of like all the different characters in it, all the different villains, and it's just it just gives you some creeps in it. I don't know, it's really good. You need to go check it out. It made it on my list, it belongs here, and we just love it. Ooh, the next one, I just watched this yesterday too, actually. My brother was here, and I was like, boy, I'm gonna show you anything for Jackson, and Host. I love Host. And he is like, kind of like he's seen horror movies before, but he's kind of new into like watching a lot of horror movies all year round kind of thing. Like, he's really getting into like more horror stuff, which I love that. And he hasn't seen Host yet, and he's one of those people that's like not big into found footage, which I completely get. And I was like, do you like found footage movies? He's like, not really. And I was like, you're gonna like this one. And when it first started, he was kind of like, because you know, it has to get into the movie, it has to introduce the people, all the things. And so he's kind of like, and as it was going, this kid, he's like 20 something, this kid was on the edge of his seat. He was jumping, he was like very intrigued until the very last bit, the very last scene. And he was like, oh damn, like that was actually better than I thought it was. I'm like, yes, you gotta watch Host, it'll make you jump. It's a fun thing. It's a group of friends. They're doing it online. It's kind of like Unfriended, where they're doing an online Skype chat, whatever. They're doing an online seance. And during that seance, of course, they just might unleash something. So definitely go check out Host. I believe it's still on Shudder as well. And you will not be disappointed. At least I hope you won't be disappointed, because I love that freaking movie. Okay, here is a more chill movie for those of you that don't like the blood and the gore. Sleepy Hollow. I haven't seen this movie since probably last year, and I love it. It has Johnny Depp in it. It is very kind of like creepy and has a very dark tone to the whole thing, from the like, I don't know, coloring. I don't know the proper words for anything, so I apologize. But like the atmosphere in the movie and like the mood in the movie is all very dark and evil and twisted, and that's just how like the whole thing is. And oh, I need to rewatch this movie. It's so freaking good. I watched this the first time when I was like young, like I don't know, young kid. And ever since then I've always loved Sleepy Hollow. Like, it's such a classic tale itself. And then this movie is just done so well. And though it's not super bloody, gory, whatever, it's a good movie, and it gives you all the creepy vibes, and it's very much like October vibes. I'm pretty sure it's like crunchy leaves, fog, mist, like very spooky. We love it. Next we have Insidious. I freaking love Insidious. I don't even know how many there are now. I think there's 3 or 4. The first Insidious is my favorite. It's the best in my opinion. Go watch all of them though, but Insidious is a creepy movie. Like, Insidious makes me jump, and it's a lot of these make me jump, and I love that. Like, if you're making me jump and whatever else, you're probably on this list, because I freaking love it. And basically it's this boy, he gets sick, he is like kind of in like a coma at his home, and his mother, I'm pretty sure she's a stay-at-home mom because he's like sick, ill, needs, you know, constant supervision and stuff and taken care of. And she is like seeing all these like weird things happening through the house, and basically it becomes kind of like a haunted house type thing. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. And yeah, I don't know, it's really good. I really enjoy it. Next we have Poltergeist. Now we have the Poltergeist from, I believe, the 80s, and then the newer one from a few years ago. Both I enjoy. I like them. Very classic, like haunted house type thing. I love Poltergeist, and I'm pretty sure they're both on Halloween night or near Halloween night. I love those movies. They're so fun. I love just a good, they're like a good scare. They're like a good haunted house scare. I love that. Here is a more fun horror movie, the Fun House Massacre. Now this, I believe I also mentioned this on my clown video, and I freaking love this one. It is kind of like, if you ever seen Hatchet, it kind of has that kind of vibe where it's bloody, crazy kills, but like it makes fun of itself throughout. I just heard something out there, and I thought someone had was trying to like get into my door, but it's just my cats eating kibble. Like I heard like a jingle or a something, and then I realized it was a crunch. Yeah, it is a crunch. Okay. I was like, should I get up and go look? But now I can hear them. Ugh. Guys, well, first of all, I'm literally just here talking to a camera. So my house is super quiet right now. No one else is here except for my cats. And sometimes I'm just like, I watch a lot of horror movies. So sometimes I'm like, is that someone coming in? Like, I will grab a knife right now. Like, I will meet you at the door. Bet. Like, I'm not gonna run upstairs and hide in the closet where you're just gonna come up and find me and you're prepared. No, I'm gonna find you when you're not prepared and you're expecting someone who's not ready to fight you, because I will fight you right now. And also my makeup will probably scare the shit out of you even more so. So don't try it. Anyway, okay, moving on. So Fun House Massacre, it is literally a fun movie, a fun horror movie. It's another group of friends that go to this like fun haunted attraction. I'm pretty sure people are dressed up, or maybe they're not, maybe it's just fall time. And killers escape a mental institution, and it's all these like serial killers that are like killing all these like crazy ways, all these like the craziest serial killers you ever could think of in your whole life. And it's almost like basically like all of the villains from Batman. Basically, it's like Gotham. If you were in Gotham and the freaking hospital there, I can't think of what it's called, if it freaking was broke loose, which I think happens eventually, and they get out, that's what this is. Fun House Massacre. It's those kind of villains, and it's so fun. There's so many cool kills. And it's just, it's a good movie, but definitely like doesn't take itself seriously. So if you don't like the funny kind of horror movies, just skip it because you're not gonna like it. Okay, next we have Tales of Halloween. It's very similar to like a Trick or Treat or a Hallows Eve. It is, or even Bad Candy now. There's a lot of these where it's Halloween night and it's an anthology. So you follow people around on their Halloween nights and what goes on. And it's a very fun movie. A lot of people suggest this for like a October or Halloween movie. Definitely go check it out. I believe it's on Shudder the last time I checked, so I think it's on there. Next we have Fright Night. I love vampires. I love Fright Night. It is such a good freaking movie. So basically this kid, he lives in this house with his mom. Their neighbor moves in, a new person, and he is like, basically my neighbor is a vampire. And so the whole thing is just him trying to prove that this guy's a vampire. And it's so good. It's from like the 80s, I believe. I love Fright Night. It's so fun. And there is a newer Fright Night that I watched. I usually I actually am a fan of like the newer or more recent movies, because I like that. I like remakes. I like when things are more modern. But the newer Fright Night for me was just, did not hit the mark. I mean, I'll recommend it, like, if you want to go watch it. Like, it wasn't bad, but it just was not my favorite thing. Like, I liked Fright Night from the 80s, the original, the classic, more so than the remake. And usually, I'm not actually that kind of person. I love remakes. I love watching remakes. But in this instance, you just couldn't top the original Fright Night. It's a great movie. It's the best movie. You gotta go watch it if you haven't seen it. Okay, last but not least is Bride of Chucky. We love Bride of Chucky. It's one of, I feel like it's has like a cult following to it. It's kind of become a cult classic where even if you don't follow Child's Play and Chucky, whatever, you love Bride of Chucky for Tiffany, because we love Tiffany. She is the best. She makes the whole like movie, and she is the reason we keep watching the series that unfolds, because we love Tiffany. She's amazing. And I can't think of the woman that plays Tiffany right now because I'm a freaking loser. So I'm gonna look it up and then I'm gonna go, oh yeah. Yeah, Jennifer Tilly. Jennifer Tilly, we love Jennifer Tilly. She's the best. Queen, we love her so much. She does such a great job. Ugh, we love her. So definitely go watch that again. I just love when Jennifer Tilly has Chucky in the middle of that pentagram and she has her book out and all of her candles lit. Like, that is such a classic like scene. And at this point, like GIF, picture, whatever, we love it. We love Jennifer Tilly, we love Tiffany, we love the Bride of Chucky. Go watch that again or watch it for the first time. Highly recommend. Love that movie. So that is all I have for my 31 days of Halloween movie countdown. There were more than 31 movies on here, but that's completely okay. Definitely go check them out. I hope you enjoy them. And let me know down in the comments what movies I missed that you love watching during October or on Halloween. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get a notification whenever I post. And definitely leave a like because I would really appreciate it. Follow me over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I made TikToks for this look. Very cute. I post almost every single movie that I watch over on Twitter so you can stay in the loop, and I try to keep current horror movie whatever information ongoing over there when I can, so definitely stay up to date there. And if you don't have any of those, follow me over on my Facebook page at Chelsie Wrath at all of these. So thank you so much for watching and stay spooky.